Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的直击美股，我是主持人张舒，在纽约向您问好。Hi Scott, your stocks traded higher today, and we have a big open today. But I think the trend kind of fall asleep later this day. So how do you think about today's move?
Just a little frustrating. We walked in, you had Europe was up strong, our futures were up 5. We quickly went in the first 10 minutes and then died. Okay. So I think a lot of traders were seeing that their P&L, including mine, was on their high of the day by 9:45. If you look at the chart of the S&P, which we track every single time, again, here's your post-Brexit low. This was your great time to put on your swing longs. Here's when we broke out. And ever since breaking out, we've had this choppy range to the upside. Okay, here you made a new high before getting choppy again. Here we tagged the highs and we're still trending. We're still above the 21-day, but there's not a lot of power. But again, it's August 23rd, so I guess we got to take what we can get. But as of this point, this trend is still intact. You just have to pick your spots carefully over the summer.
And yesterday, the energy sector was the laggard of the market, but today oil erased all the losses and traded higher. But on the other hand, the metals continue to the downtrend. So how do you think about these two sectors?
Well, first in my note, I talked about the pullback to buy in oil and the XLE. You could have targeted the pullback or waited for a red dog reversal. I'll show you an example. Okay, let's use the USO. You could have used a UWTI. You could have used any of that. We talked about this move. Remember, everyone started getting all upset that we had a down day. Look where we came from this red dog reversal here. So all of a sudden, we talked about targeting 1070. If you read my note, it came to about 1075, and if you missed that, you then had a reversal where we reclaimed yesterday's low of 1095, and now we'll see if it can continue to the upside. The XLE also, not the end of the world, right? You had a red dog reversal down here where that was your buy the dip. Here it gave you a push through resistance. So if you missed that, came back retested, and it's hanging in there. And look how, look where the XLEs have come from. And this is above the 200-day, so it still looks okay. And lastly, we talked about the momentum being lost in the miners. What do I mean by momentum being lost? It means you lose the 8-day moving average and the 21. This is where most guys should have gotten out of it. And now we're on the 50-day. So I'd be very careful with, the Fed coming up, on Friday, Jackson Hole. If they're very hawkish, this trend that's been intact in the miners. Okay, first of all, here's your overall. Actually, you still have some room here. This accelerated trend is kind of broken. Now you're at the 50-day, and if that doesn't hold, all of a sudden, boom, you could be seeing, a lot lower here. So, hopefully momentum guys are out of it because the 8 and 21 they broke.
And right now there are very selective opportunities among tech names, and you long the Apple and also Baba. So how are they doing right now? Because they have already got us, like big move in the past 2 weeks. So how do you think about these two stocks?
They're kind of consolidating. Right now I'm letting Apple fulfill my call spreads. I bought the calls in Apple when the stock was like a 105, 107. I sold the 110s. So now Apple's proving that, maybe it can hang in there coming into the September launch. I was very excited about, Apple when it broke above this downtrend. We talked about it so many times, and now it's doing some sideways action. So at this point, above 109.70, perhaps it can continue. A lot of traders right now are looking to trade this long versus this low here, which was 107.85. So it still looks okay, going sideways and can go again. 110 is also resistance. Baba gave you a great post-earnings play. It's kind of trying to flag again, taking its time. It's above the 8-day. At some point, it would be good to see if Baba could clear maybe this spot to get some momentum. So it's still in consolidation mode. But then what did work out for us is Square. If you're on the VTF, you would have seen that I've been in Square ever since I saw the filing by Stevie Cohen right around here. And now you had a nice gap up, and I do think at some point it could work its way up to $13 to $14 or so.
But also, I think you make a very interesting move about Twitter because you buy it back. So why did you buy it back?
Well, I sold some right around 21, the options. So I figured right around here is where it should hold. If it's any good, let's hope it does. Twitter's been very tricky. Okay, here is when we bought it to fill the gap, sold some into the 21s, and now I would say, if this is any good, it should hold this area. So let's hope that, Twitter, after retracing a decent amount of this move, hangs in here to go again. But right now it's more of a speculative buy. and at this point it needs to prove itself. But if you sell some strength, you try and buy a little bit of the dip, but technically it's still a broken name, so I would be very careful with Twitter.
Okay, that's all we have for today.
Yes, and we'll have more tomorrow, and if you're overdoing it in the summertime, then don't. Go to the beach, go to the mountains, have some fun. If you're having some success, make sure you're prepared and you have your price points, and just expect a little less right now because of the environment, and if you get rewarded, take it as it comes.
我们会继续每天为您提供专业的技术分析，感谢您的收看，我们明天再见。Yes.